born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the back seat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, December 10th, 2024. Here at Forex Smart Trade, we help people become successful currency traders, and we do that by teaching them how to trade with our simple but very accurate proprietary trading indicators. And we are so confident in how well they work and our ability to teach people to use them that once we've trained you, we will let you trade with our funds and split what you make. So it's a win-win for both of us. So with that, let's get going. We first need to listen to this guy, and then we'll see what the market has for us this morning.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We teach with, people learn in a variety of different means, and we teach with a variety of different tools. We've got videos, we've got group webinars, we've got live trade sessions like this. But we think the one thing that makes the big difference is the personalized one-on-one training, where you get someone who's an experienced trader who knows what they're doing, who will share some of their time with you as a means of giving back, because all of these guys make enough money where they don't need to be doing this, but because somebody spent time with them and showed them they're playing it forward. I do 3 live trades a week. One from yesterday afternoon, and then this morning and Thursday morning. Every afternoon, I also send out a overnight trade setup. Once you become a member, though, you see that we have got live trades every morning at 10 a.m., every evening at 6 p.m., and then we've got lots of group sessions where you trade that supplement those personalized one-on-one. Continuing the constant going back over the fundamentals and just keep refreshing and refreshing and refreshing makes a difference, keeps you sharp, and provides a support community, which we think is important in becoming a good trader. I like to work off of a checklist. The checklist helps me kind of stay focused and make sure I don't forget anything. Every morning, I like to refresh the green chart. It clears out the memory so it operates quickly, and it also picks up any updates that might have gone on. An essential part of the training process, in fact, any process, is the continual kind of loop cycle where you set a goal, you're moving toward it, and then you constantly need to check to make sure that you're still on course. So when you at the end of every day, you need to kind of review the trades that didn't go the way that you thought they should, and try to figure out why. And it's in that figuring out why you get better. And our indicators have got the simulator built in, so you can go back to that specific point where you took the trade and take a look at what the chart was telling you and what signal might have been there that would have told you that the trade wasn't going the way that you thought. Last night's overnight trade, we took on the pound New Zealand dollar that closed profitably, and then both of last night's overnight trades closed profitably. When things go the way they're supposed to, I don't really spend too much time going back over them. But when they didn't, I want to try to figure out what I might have done wrong. Now, we are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. And our indicators are very good at being able to help us figure out the direction of the move. And if we can figure out the direction of the move, we can make some money on it. News also does impact currency prices. So we want to know what news events are happening so that we can kind of trade around them. And I like to go to forexfactory.com to figure out the news events. And basically, forexfactory.com breaks things down in kind of a very helpful way in terms of categorizing what the expected impact is. And they break it down into three groups. Yellow is low impact, so I ignore those. Orange is medium impact. I also ignore those, but some people pay attention. And on these all-day things, it's hard to it's hard to react because you're not going to sit out all day. The OPEC meetings used to be red items. Now they've been downgraded to yellow items, and then the red items, which are high impact. These are items we want to trade around. So tomorrow morning at 8:30 USD has some consumer price index, and then also the Canadian dollar has Bank of Canada rate statement. So today, though, we've got clear sailing. There's nothing in front of us, so we don't have to worry about any news items impacting our trade. So with that, the trade strategy I'm going to use this morning is the 10-point trade signal. We've got a dozen different trades that you can do. And when we coach people, we come up with a customized trade plan based on your availability to trade and your risk profile. This one suits me. It's not the only one I use, but it's the principal one I use. I like to take it off of a 1-hour chart. On a 1-hour chart, a trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And my sweet spot is 11 pips. Now, on a 1-hour chart, I'm expecting the trade to close within 1 to 3 hours. So with that, let's jump in and see what we've got going this morning. The chart I am going to trade off of is the Light 6 Major. It is one of our standard charts. It is a composite chart in that it's showing me 6 different currency pairs. And in this case, on the first chart, they're all US-based pairs. So as I said, I start in the middle section of the chart, which we call the majors and minors. This red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. I am looking for situations where we are oversold and the lines are going up, like here. I'm going to ride the move up, or where the lines are above the blue line coming down. So we're overbought, and then I'm going to look to try to catch this run. And you can see, this from 5 hours ago, would have been worth 38 pips. So just easily in the first hour, I would have carved out my 11 pips as it goes from overbought to oversold. So with that, Australian dollar, US dollar, we are overbought. Minors have turned, but the majors are still going up. I want all the lines going the same way. Euro USD, oversold. All the lines are going up. But the third element I'm looking for is something I call a double cross, where when it's going up, the green line is crossed over the red line, which it quite hasn't done yet. I want the green line on top, and I want the gray line on top. The gray line is on top, but we don't have the green line on top. So we're going to pass. Pound USD, overbought. Majors still going up. Minors have started to turn, so nothing there. Dollar Canadian dollar, oversold. Majors still going down. Minors are sideways. Dollar Swiss franc, overbought. Everybody's coming down. I've got the double cross. The red line is crossed over the green, and the black line is crossed over the gray. That's the third point. Fourth point is I'm looking at what the slope of the green line is, and I want it to be steeper than 45 degrees. And this is, so I've got all 4 points I want. When I have all 4 points that I want, I'm going to jump up to the TNTs. There are 4 lines up here. Each is measuring the rate of change at a different speed. So the 2 orange lines are going down, supporting the sell signal I'm seeing here. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means sell. So the 2 blue lines are telling me sell. So all 4 are telling me sell, supporting what I'm seeing here. I need at least 3 of the 4 to tell me sell. So I've got the second part of the test. Third part of the test is what's going on with the pressure down here. And I want these lines either going down or I want the red line on top. And right now I've got kind of weak up pressure. So I do not have this element. So when I have all 3 sections of the chart telling me the same thing, to me, that's a high probability trade and one that I want to take. Now, sometimes will I break the rule depending on what I see? Yes, but right now, it's not quite ready yet. I'd rather take less trades and have them be right than take more trades. I only need 2 or 3 good trades a day to make excellent money. So I'm going to wait and pick my spot. Dollar yen. We're overbought, and we've got disagreement between the majors and the minors. Majors are sideways, minors are going up. So I have cloned this chart and made another chart that has 6 more pairs. These are non-USD pairs. So euro pound oversold, majors are sideways, minors going up. Australian dollar yen overbought, minors are sideways, majors still going up a little bit. Euro Canadian dollar oversold, minors going up, majors sideways. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar overbought, everybody's still going up. We've got a bit of a duck head here. Here's his bill, here's his head. Usually that means there's a little bit more up in the movement. Pound yen overbought, majors still going up, minors are sideways, so nothing there. Australian or euro Australian dollar oversold, majors are sideways, minors going up, so don't have what I'm looking for. Now I'm going kind of a little slow, but you can bang this out in 2 or 3 minutes. Canadian dollar yen overbought. Not everybody's going down, and we don't have the double cross. The black line is horizontal here. All the lines going the same direction. Euro New Zealand dollar. Oversold. Minors have started to go up. Majors not sideways. Not quite there yet. Pound New Zealand dollar. Overbought, and we've got this agreement between the majors and minors. New Zealand dollar, yen overbought, everybody going up. New Zealand dollar, USD, we've got this agreement between the majors and minors. Euro Swiss franc, oversold. Majors still going down, minors sideways. So nothing there. Let's go to the fourth chart. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Disagreement between the majors and minors. Majors going up, minors going down. Swiss franc, yen. All right, we just missed getting oversold, but everybody's going up. I've got the double cross, greens on top, grays on top. I've got good steepness on the green line. The green line is just just over the halfway line. Usually I don't like to take it when it's over the halfway line, but I'm gonna consider this because of the good steepness that we have on the line. So I've got 3 points here, or 4 points here. I also like that the lines are all clustered. When the lines are clustered, the signal's typically stronger. 2 orange lines going up on the TNTs, dotted blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 telling me buy, supporting the buy here. And when I go over to my pressure, weak up pressure, both lines going up with red on top. So a point here, 4 points here, 3 points here for 8 points. When I see the setup I want, I then want to confirm it. And I confirm it by looking at the full chart. The full chart shows me just the one pair, but with multiple time frames. So here's the 1 hour chart, which we were just looking at, 2 hour chart, 4 hour chart, 8 hour chart, 12 hour chart, 1 day chart. And what a 2 hour chart is that the information in the candle and in the line is 2 hours worth of information, 4 hours worth of information, 8 hours worth of information. So what I like to see on the 2 hour chart and the 4 hour chart is I want us to be oversold. And we're not. Not on the 2 hour chart and not on the 4 hour chart. And the reason I want us to be oversold is because if this signal weakens, we'll still pick up the trade off of the 2 hour chart and the 4 hour chart. Now, the one difference here that's going to cause me to break my rule is this is going up steeply, going up, going up, going up. So we're going up all across the board. So when everybody's going up, I'll still consider that trade. So then the next element, so even though I didn't technically get what I'm looking for here in terms of the majors being oversold, because these are going up so steeply, I'm going to consider the trade. So the next thing I need to do is figure out what the trade is worth. On some of our trades, it's predetermined what it's worth. It's 3 pips or 5 pips. On this trade, I need to figure it out. So I want to look at a clean chart. This was from last night's trade, and you can see we dropped in support and resistance. Support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop, and we figured out where it was to here and how much up movement we had and how much down movement we had. And I forget what was exactly, there was kind of a little thing that I wasn't 100% comfortable with. So rather than go all the way to the line, we went to this blue line. And you can see came down a little bit and then boom, it's the trend is up. It's continuing to go up. So I don't worry about what we didn't make. We made what we wanted to make on the trade, and we're on to the next trade. I want to get in and get out. The longer you're in a trade, the more exposure you have. So let's see Swiss franc yen. So now I am going to scrunch up the chart because I want to see where the support and resistance is. And as I said, support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And by dropping these lines in, they become the bands from which I trade within. And when I crunch up the chart, it gives me more data points to think about these. So you can see it's kind of stopped in here, maybe in here, here, over in here. And we're looking at a buy. And these tend to be about 30 or 40 pips apart. This is a bit much. Stopped in here, over here, because we're going from 172.41 to 51. That is that's 100 pips. So let's see if there's a spot in the middle here. That seems to make sense. Stopping in here, over here, over here, over here. All right. I'm going to open this back up so I can see it. So here we're kind of trading into a downtrend. And then the last couple of days we're trading into an uptrend. So I want to know the trend to decide how many pips I want to take. And if I'm trading against the trend, I'm going to take less pips. Now here we've got kind of an interesting situation. We're on the south side of the line. I don't want to take a trade on the south side of this line. But I might take a pending trade that once it breaks through this line, that will take the trade, because as you can see, it seems to go up to the line, bounces, comes back down, goes up, bounces, comes down, bounces, 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 bounces. So because I want to get in and out of the trade quickly, I don't want to trade through these lines. So let me think about this here for a second. Let's save this. So the line's at 172.425, which you can see over on the right here. Let's go back and take a look at the signal again. We're going to take a trade on, we're going to take a pending trade. There's kind of multiple trades you can take. You can take a market trade, which means go ahead and buy it right now, or you can take a pending trade. We're going to take a pending trade on the dollar Swiss franc. Excuse me, the Swiss franc yen. So Swiss franc yen, I'm going to see if I've got that open. Here it is. I'm going to bring it back to a 1 hour chart. If you don't have this open, you can take it on your simulator. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm not sure how you do it on the simulator, if you can take a pending trade on the simulator or not. I'm going to go to new order. And rather than do a market trade, I'm going to go to pending. And there are several types of pending trades. There's a buy limit, which buy limits are very hard. It's when the market's moving down, you're going to take a buy on the idea that it's going to turn around and go back up. But we're going to take a buy stop. Buy stop, you can kind of think about it like a bus line. you're waiting for the bus to come. The bus is going to pick you up, and then you're going to get on and keep going. So the question is, at what number do I want to take this buy stop? Now, my lot size is a function of how much I have in the account. I've got this is a demo account. It's got a 14,297. To figure out the lot size, the rule of thumb is to move the decimal place over 4 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1.43. I'm going to round up. I can take anywhere from half of that, 0.7, to double it. But I'm going to just take the 1.43, and I need to figure out what number I want to take that at. So let's go back to our clean chart. I want to take it on the other side of that resistance line. So maybe right above the peek through. See, there's a peek through on that green line, right? See how there's a peek through here? I want to take it on the other side of this. So let's make it so we can see it a little different. So that's 172.408. Is it 408? 4. No. 498. 172. So we're going to take 172.498. So what I'm doing here is a little advanced, but so we're going to take a pending order, a buy stop, 172.498. So when it gets to there, I want it to buy. And let's just go ahead and place that for now. So once it gets above here, it's going to buy. And now I'm going to add in my take profit and stop loss. So right now, see, it's below the line. It's waiting until it crosses this line to engage. And let's just see what we want to do. Now the question is, how many pips do we want to take? Oops. So it's 46 pips up. I don't want to take 46 pips. That's too much. But maybe to in here somewhere. That's 10 pips. So we're going to go ahead and take 11 pips off of this. 11 pips. Let's see if we just move this a little bit up here to 24 pips. 15 pips. I think we can take 15 pips. So going back to MetaTrader, the trade is in, so I am going to go right click, go to modify, and I want to add my take profit and stop loss. Now normally once a trade is executed, I can just put in 15 pips, but here we're just going to manually figure it out. So at 172.49, so we took 172.498 to add 15 pips to that. And I'm just sitting here manually doing it. So that's going to be 172.49 0.648. So I just add 15 to the 0.49 there. And then my stop loss, 172.498. We're going to use a 45 pip stop loss since we're going for 15 pips. So I'm going to subtract 0.45. So that's 840,172. So 172.048. And then I'm going to click modify, and it's put my take profit and stop loss. I am going to actually modify this because I don't like, see how we're sitting on all of these lines? I'm just going to move it a little bit out because I don't want to get stopped out. So I'm just going to grab the line and move it down so that we're below all of these. So we're a little bit more than a 3-to-1, but I'd rather not take the chance that we get stopped out. Now, so we took a buy or a buy stop with an execution price of 172.498, 172.498, a take profit of 172.648, 172.648, and a stop loss of 171.918, 171.918. It is 7 o'clock right now. If by 9 o'clock this hasn't executed, close it. Just exit out by just clicking the X. And there'll be no trade. Because in 2 hours, the signal will be different. But if in the next 2 hours it goes up and does that, because you can see it's bouncing on our support line here. It's hitting our support line and bouncing. So if it doesn't break this in the next 2 hours, just close the trade. If you want to learn to trade, trading's been terrific for me. I've been trading for 6 years. It's changed my life. I believe it can change yours with the right tools and training. It's amazing what you can do. The thing you need to do is find those right tools and find somebody who's willing to train you, who knows what they're doing. We do both. You can see I come on here 3 times a week and show you, and we've got groups of people who come online and show successful trades every day with a variety of different strategies, and then get them to teach you. We will teach you. In fact, we're so confident we can teach you, we'll let you trade with our money. Have a terrific day. I will see you this afternoon at around 4:15 when I send out my overnight trades. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.